YouTube guy, and that's about it. Hello, everybody. Who do we got in the chat today? We got a bunch of people already. Nice. Always great to see you guys. Always great to see everybody. Nick, of course. Oh, an appointment this morning. Won't be able to attend. Don't have too much fun without me. Have a great Saturday. We'll try to have a good Saturday without you, Nick, but at least you got to pop in for a second. Love to see it. So, Stuke and Joe, good morning from sunny San Juan. All right. So, speaking of sunny, and I mean, I'm not talking San Juan temperatures or weather here, but we literally, so last weekend, I worked and we had massive snowstorm. Upper Midwest, I think where I was, so where I work, and I live in Minnesota, we think we got between 12 to 16 inches of snow. It was nuts. Today, high of 78. So, week later, and I mean, there was snow everywhere. We had people stuck all over, because I was working, lucky me, stuck all over. The whole county had people stuck. We had to go get them, and plows stopped plowing, and the tow company said, we're not sending any guys out. And actually got a couple plows got stuck, and it was a whole thing. So we had people, I was picking up people from the middle of the road, abandoning their cars in the middle of the road, bringing them to hotels. It was crazy. But we got through it. But now it's going to be 78 today, so I'm thinking of getting the grill going. But Paul, good morning. Let's see. Who else we got? All kinds of people. Sunny Phoenix. That must be just a sunny time right now. What's the weather like over there in Kansas?
Oh, we're high 70s, 80s.
Nice. Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
Monday we dropped to 21. After I just turned my sprinklers on, I think I busted a backflow preventer.
Oh,
So,
no. Well, that must
because,
have been, well, that would have probably was when we had our like snowstorm. Temperature drop. It's a snowstorm, and then the temperature dropped right after. So
yeah.
Rusty said, teachers show up in 5 minutes, you're not free to leave. No, they changed that. I remember in school, it was, we waited 20 minutes and then left. This was a while ago now, when I was in college. It's quite a while ago now, but I remember we waited 20 minutes, we left. It was a 45-minute class. We waited 20 minutes and left. Teacher showed up right after, apparently. An instructor, you don't go by teacher, they go by instructor now. And the instructor emailed everyone saying, next time, you aren't here, you're getting knocked for basically not for no attendance. And we're like, you weren't here for 20 minutes out of a 45-minute class. Like, what are you talking about? But I think they were just pissed off because they showed up and everyone was gone. uh, oh, Darren, good morning in New York City today. All right. God bless why you'd ever go to New York City, but um, good morning from sunny St. Louis. Hey, little Missouri in the house. Yeah, I miss Missouri. I do miss Missouri. I like it up here. We have family here, but I miss Missouri for sure. So, Rusty says, just joking, Wayne. We'll never leave. Yeah, you better not. You're not allowed to leave. Doors have been locked. All right. All right, everybody. Well, great to see you guys. We'll get to roll in here a little bit. So, before we get to the topic, which will be White Dog Games, Publisher Spotlight, much overdue. We did a Publisher Spotlight on, who did we do?
Worthington. Worthington.
Worthington. Oh, so many good games with Worthington. Just White Dog Games, did they live up to that? Did they have many good games? Spoiler alert, they do. But, so, we just were saying hi, saying hello, everybody. Weather, location, all that fun stuff. Now, games on your table. Judd, you want to go for it? What are you playing right now? I know you got a million games you're usually playing on Vassal. You only have a couple on the table. What do you got going on
Well,
there?
still got my two games of Memoir 44 and Command and Colors Ancients on Vassal,
Of course.
and Washington's War on Rally the Troops. Tom finished thumping me on our live game of Prelude to Rebellion. I was too winded this week to do a lot of gaming on the solo table,
Yep.
and it finally hit me. Hey, it's on Vassal. I can sit down and plop down and do that. So I'm playing a solo game of 1775 Rebellion on Vassal.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I basically don't play like multiplayer, like face-to-face multiplayer wargaming. I just don't. Someday I'm sure I will, but I just don't right now. So even like the little bit I've messed with Vassal, yeah, like it's been solo gaming, right? Like, and sometimes
Hmm.
it's kind of fun. I'm not just not a huge Vassal guy. I've always said that nothing wrong with it, nothing wrong with Rally the Troops, any of that stuff. I just get it kind of where I am in life and kind of my hobby and everything. I look at it like when I do the wargaming or general hobby board gaming. Um, I like to just I like to have the paper, be touching everything, doing it that. When it comes to like on the computer, I have one at work a lot, and then also like I'll just play like regular video games, right? So that type of thing. So I just don't like to. Right now, I don't sit in front of the screen and play Vassal, but nothing wrong with it. Actually, it's pretty cool that you can do that. I'm just not quite there yet. I'm still like if I'm gonna play a war game, usually I play it on paper. I've
I
probably
prefer to,
yeah,
except
I've,
for my online play by mail games. Is like that's the only way I'm going to get those. And
yeah.
I don't
And
mind play
that's
two
all
or
you're gonna
three
play.
plays a
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
Yeah,
If that's the only way you're gonna get it played, and you're like, I don't want to play it. Well, there you go. You got it. You got it going. So, for me, so what I've been playing. Let's see. So I finished up CENTCOM, so the Persian Gulf War 2001 2003. That's the Joseph Miranda magazine war game, solitaire game. Finished up my last video on it. They'll be going up like later. It'll be sometime next month. I got a bunch of videos stacked up again. Oh, it keeps happening. I get a bunch of videos. I'll do a bunch, get stacked up, kind of run through them, and then I'll do some more. So anyway, really enjoyed that one. It's probably a little longer than I like to sit at a game, and this is just me. It's not that it's a negative on the game. It's just to be aware. It's one of those ones where it's probably a 4 or 5 hour game. Um, it's got 7 phases. Each phase has multiple segments. Some segments you fly through, some are slower, but still, anytime you got 7 turns, broken up into 7 phases, and each one has multiple segments, it's just going to take a lot of time to work through everything. So I saw Steve Carey mention on Constant World forums that he was playing it with a buddy, and they were like tag team in the system, so not opposed, but actually like working together against the Op 4, right? The opposing forces. And he said it was a lot of fun, and I could almost see that being a little bit more fun maybe than solo. Decent game. If you like the topic, which is kind of undergamed a little bit, you probably could check that one out. So like I say, I liked it. Probably a little long for what it is, but it does have some cool mechanisms, and it's kind of cool having the feeling of like because the game doesn't start with Afghanistan and Operation Iraqi Freedom active. Like it's just basically it was the beginning of the war on terror. So like we're just in Afghanistan, Iraq's just sitting there, and so you decide when you want to start Operation Iraqi Freedom. So it gives you the opportunity to build up your forces, get them ready, get them in the Persian Gulf area, Saudi Arabia, maybe open up the Turkey front, which they didn't do historically, but Saddam maybe thought we were going to. Things like that. You get those choices to do. So that's kind of cool. I like that. And then it gets down into these operational maps for Afghanistan and Iraq, and it flows pretty well. I mean, the system's super simple. It's the same old Joseph Miranda combat system he's been doing for years now. You see who has tactical edge. Whichever side has tactical edge, they just fire all their units first by just rolling against their single combat factor and then seeing if it's a hit or not. And then the other side goes. Pretty simple. But that, and then I just got finally to the table from Legion War Games, Fall of Berlin and the Thousand Year Reich. So Russian Front series from Michael Taylor. I covered Velikia Luki a bunch on my channel when it came out, and I really, really enjoyed it. I'm a little like, get the little up going on because it's regular hex encounter, it's 2 player, it's I go you go, so it's very old school, but there's no hidden information, so it's super simple to play solo, and like I said, a blast with the Velikia Luki, the first one. But this one has 3 times the counters, and so I'm a little like, I just sometimes Judd with hex encounter games. If it's 2 sides, I'm playing by myself, and I have to manage, a couple hundred counters. I start getting a little like it's a lot for me to sit there and just do solo. It's just not as much fun. So we'll see. I'm optimistic. I really enjoyed the system. It's super simple. It's 12 pages of rules, if that. So it's a pretty simple system. So looking forward to trying that out.
Oh, I didn't tell you something. I've had
Yeah.
Command and Colors Medieval set up for a while.
Oh yeah, yeah.
My daughter's cat's visiting this week, so I'm
Oh, oh.
babysitting by myself, and yeah, she did it. She did
No.
what cats do. I knew it was going to happen sometime during the week.
That's why I'm a dog guy. No.
She
Well,
stayed off my
one of
she
many
stayed off
reasons.
my other table, but yeah, she jumped up there and kind of tore my battlefield up. So,
Which scenario did you have on? Maybe she didn't like the who was fighting. Which scenario do
oh,
you have up?
it's the medieval, the expansion. Sorry, the not medieval, the Crusades.
Oh, okay. See, you got she didn't like that. She's like, I don't like this right now.
Yeah,
Oh, that's too funny. And then lastly, I got in the mail. I don't know when it'll go to the table. Probably a little while from now, but maybe next after Fall Out in. But Silent Victories, the latest printing of Silent Victory, right? So, they GMT reprinted all the sub games. Well, maybe not the Hunted. I think they just did the Hunters and then Silent Victory. But anyway, narrative driven, right? So these are not, you don't make a million choices. It's more about building a narrative, building a story. But I didn't want to do the U-boat one. I didn't want to, captain a German U-boat. I've done it before and it's fine, but I wanted to get, American submarine, World War II, maybe skip over the time period where our torpedoes didn't work.
Mm.
Maybe get that, not as much fun there to just, shoot off a bunch of dud torpedoes. But looking forward to that. That should be a nice, good solo war game. So, and then for non-wargaming, I got, and I'm probably done with it already. Arkham Horror, the card game. So they,
Hmm.
Fantasy Flight Games, Asmodee, they just released Chapter Two. So like they're restarting it, kind of, or like a soft reset or whatever with Chapter Two. I got the core game in, started playing it, and I played it twice, no, three times, because the scenarios play pretty quick, right? It's a card game, you play pretty quick. Third time I played through, I'm like, I don't know if this game's gonna be for me. I just emailed Asmodee and tried to cancel all my I had pre-ordered a bunch of stuff they have coming out this year. I basically am like, I'm gonna cancel all that. I don't want to spend $200 on this card game that I don't even know if I'm gonna play, you know. So
Hmm.
it's just not, something with the game, the way it works. It's not clicking. It's Arkham Horror. I don't mind the theme, but I don't know, it just isn't clicking for me. So, but oh, yep. I know people are talking about that new BCS game, the Danger Forward Battle of Gela, um, magazine game from Battalion S3, issue number one. I don't know. It's not. I don't know if I'd call it a magazine game. It's more of a folio game, but I get what you're saying. Not to be ticky tacky, but anyway, I got that. I do have that. I should have grabbed it, but I mean, it's going to be a while. Oop, right there. It's one of those, I think, right there. Because one of those also Doodlebugs, which I think I showed off our last show. I think I
Yep.
just got them in the mail. But, all right. Okay, anyway. So reading the chat here, everybody. All right, so let's get to the topic. Dun dun dun. Publisher Spotlight, White Dog Games. So, I think I mentioned at the beginning, we did Worthington already. And many great games. White Dog Games, it turns out they have a lot of good games too. A lot of games I certainly enjoy. A lot of solo friendly games, some 2-player games. I mean, I've owned many. I was reading through White Dog's catalog. I'm like, own that, own that, I've owned that, I've owned that. So, um, yeah, I've got several games to cover. I think me and Judd, we're going to do kind of like we did with Worthington. So basically, it'll be, our first game, our favorite, our least favorite, and then just kind of talk about a bunch of different games that we want to. So, um, well, Judd, you want to get us started? I know one of yours that, well, I think I know multiple of yours, but I know one of yours is definitely going to be, it's going to be both of us are going to have that on our list, right? It's going to be a
I
crossover.
I might have not just because I knew you were going to do it.
Oh, no. Okay. All
Yeah,
right. Well, hey, you
because I
go
had
first.
plenty
What do you
already. Um, so my first game I got in 2014 at BGG Con. It was Don't Tread on Me, the American Revolution solo game by Ben Madison. And I had not played Vietnam. It's based on Kershaw's Vietnam game, but in Ben Madison style, much longer, much more detailed,
yeah.
um, and it's a fabulous game. Um, I disagreed with a few of his designer notes. I mean, he likes to get very opinionated.
Yes. Yeah.
Even on my review I did on for Bart's channel, I had to rail on that no, this is not a matter of opinion. This is wrong. I started quoting Dick. I started quoting Dickinson and Adams and Jefferson's writings before this and things like that. Let's see. Um, a second. Okay. Sorry, I got family traveling in the air, so getting
Oh,
updates.
yeah. No worries.
Okay.
No worries.
So, anyways, the I used to play it at my Bardius Con, my 30 games in 30 days.
Oh, yeah.
But at 6 hours, that was not an easy one to get on the table. I
Yeah.
played it a couple times, enjoyed it, and just said, this needs a scenario or two. Because it's always progressing towards liberty.
Yeah.
And it could have been easy to set one up for different years. So I ended up selling a good game. Like most of my games that I get rid of, I like them.
Yeah.
but they might have done that now. I'm not sure, and they updated the rules and the graphics. So, anyways, I've looked at it, but I haven't dug deep into it. So that was my
Okay.
first.
All right. Very first, huh? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Let's see here. Oh, my first from White Dog Games. Pretty sure this is the first. It was hard. It's hard to tell sometimes because like I'll update a game. I don't put like when I got it on Board Game Geeks, but when you update it, anytime you change it from like sold to what or like used to own, it updates like the last modified or whatever. So I can't tell 100%, but I think Solitaire Caesar. I'm pretty sure this is close. If not the earliest, it was definitely close. So Solitaire Caesar, David Kershaw. Here's the deal: Rise and Fall of the Roman Empire. Sold, right? Like I'm, guys know I love I love Roman Empire, Roman Republic, Ancients era. This one, super simple game. Now it is a lot of randomness, a lot of dice rolling, but the nice thing is it doesn't overstay its welcome. I'm gonna talk about this game before, but basically, you are go and it even has a couple scenarios as well. Although I usually just play the regular game because it plays so quick.
Yeah.
Small map, not that many counters, plays super quick. It says 8-page rule booklet. I don't even know if it doesn't even feel like it's an 8-page rules. It's like 4 pages of real rules. Like it plays so quick, so fast, and it's kind of fun to mess around with where you're going to put your legions and knowing the barbarians are going to spawn somewhere, but you're not exactly sure where. And suddenly they come piling into one area, and you're like one legion that was sitting there gets overwhelmed. It's like, oh no, they're coming in, and you got to move your legions around. I mean, kind of feels like historical, right? It used to that we read about when the Roman Empire, especially, maybe a little later on. So late Roman Empire when they suddenly had all these barbarian tribes encroaching on the borders all over the place. So yeah, Solitaire Caesar. I always recommend this one to people who like the theme, who want a quick, easy solo game. Again, it's not a thinker, it's not anything like that, but it's one that you can just get on the table, knock out, and you mean this is literally the type of war game you could play it. Say cool, put it away, and play like another bigger game. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of war games like that. War games usually like you set them up, that's what you're playing for the day. This or multiple days, weeks maybe. This one, no, you can just knock. Once you're familiar with the rules, you can knock it out real quick. So definitely first one, probably, maybe, whatever. But also still one of my favorites. Not my favorite, but one of my favorites. Solitaire Caesar.
Okay.
What do you think, Judd? Have you played Solitaire Caesar? Do you like that one?
Yeah, I have a print and play. My friend Rob made it before
Nice.
it actually came out on because he'd entered a print and play contest and he'd always follow him and he's really good at it. So I think he made that because Kershaw usually puts his stuff out on print and play stuff before he puts it out.
Yeah, he does do that a lot. Like one of those guys that just he seems to kind of design. I don't almost feel like he's a wasn't for White Dog Games making his games. He basically would just be like a print and play kind of guy. Like he just would release these games to for print and play. But anyway, so all right, what do you got, Judd?
What are we doing, worst or best?
Um, oh boy, let's do worst. Get worst out of the way. That way we can be
Okay.
positive the rest of the way. What's your
Okay.
worst White Dog Games game?
I bought it from you.
Which one is it?
Pirates.
Oh,
The only dud I've ever had by Kershaw.
oh my gosh, I forgot about Pirates. I almost actually like forgot about the game. But I sold to you too. Oh, that's
Well, he
so
sold it to
funny.
me for like 15 bucks, so
Yeah, yeah.
it was
I wanted someone else to try it because well, I'll let you. You go ahead. You go ahead. You talk about it.
well, it's the comments are true. There's basically one dominant path to victory.
Yeah.
It's too hard to take on warships and a lot of randomness in it because even if you play two players, you have to have I think four every game. So you like roll these guys up and they just kind of do random stuff. But I've just noticed it's one path to victory. And I started messing around with it, trying to do a Euro type of thing, where if you do this, penalizes you this way, so you want to balance things out. But I said, I'm not into developing games. I was hoping it'd be a game that could be a shorter, faster Blackbeard, but no, one dominant path to victory is it's the rating on it. All the comments say that. Just raid, 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 raid. Yep. So anyway, So that was kind of it. I played it and I was done with it. So moved it on. Wayne, I can't hear you.
Oh, thanks. Let me know. Yeah, I had muted my mic while I was clicking and messing around. So thanks for letting me know. Yeah, Pirates. So game for 1 to 4 players set during the golden age of piracy in the Caribbean. I liked it. Obviously, I sold it to you, so obviously didn't like love it. Love it. I like it more than you like it, and that's fine. I definitely though am not in a hurry to get it back, like to buy a copy back. So like maybe that kind of tells you something about it, right? That it's like, well, I had fun with it. Um, I do think that it could be. I played it solo, obviously, and I had fun with it solo, but maybe multiplayer maybe be better. Just to, I don't know. I don't know though. Yeah, it's one of those ones. It's kind of forgettable. Just to be honest.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean everybody's going to do the raid option over and over and over until somebody
yeah,
wins. Because you got
yeah,
to do like if you do like 5 successful raids, it's game end.
yeah. True.
So
Yeah, just a little, just kind of forgettable. I mean, it. This is one of those ones that could go on the list, the classic list of like games where, it starts hot for me. Like I was like, whoa, this is good. And then as I kind of learn it and figure out systems and see what other people are saying as well, and kind of combine all that, suddenly I'm like, well, I think I know how to play it, and I don't. It maybe has some. It's broken, or it's got some areas that you can take advantage of, and suddenly it's not as instead of feeling a sandbox game, it just is like, well, it's one of those games where you kind of figure it out, and that's not as much fun, right? So
yeah.
I'm with you. I'm
So
with you a little bit. I mean, it's not my worst, but I'm with you there. So
oh, when I
we
say
agree.
Blackbeard, I mean the 1991 Avalon Hill, not the GMT remake, which I've heard are real dead.
As
But
I know
there's
that
the
I haven't played.
second one up there. It's Richard Berg. It's really good. I mean, it's a really good driven game.
All right, Charles, howdy. How's it going? All right, so your worst. Okay, well, time for mine. And I still own mine, which I talked to Judd a little bit before we go live, and I was mentioning it's kind of funny that I there's games of White Dogs that I enjoy, and I kind of wish I still had actually. And then here, meanwhile, here's the one that I dislike the most, and I still own it, and that is Pickett's Charge, solitaire game, White Dog games. So Pickett's Charge, that's how to describe this. So you guys know I love American Civil War. I love Pickett's Charge itself. I mean, but here's the deal: if I want to play Pickett's Charge solo, I'm gonna get out in Magnificent Style from Herman Lubman, and I'm good. I'm good to go. Pickett's Charge solo, and I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure who designed it for them. So it looks and feels like a print and play game. It the combat is so simple, and the how the game works is so simple that it just feels like a bunch of dice rolling, bunch of randomness. The map actually looks decent, but the game itself, there's not much of a game there. I mean, it's almost like it's just in Magnificent Style, because you think of something like Pick Start to think, well, where's the game? Where's the game there? Well, in Magnificent Style, Herman Lutman uses his push your luck system. That's what the game is. The game isn't just you're charging your men across an open plain, 2 miles of open land, and then they're getting bombarded, they're getting shot, and they're trying to climb a hill, and then it's just tragedy. Like there's more. The game to it is the push your luck aspect of it that takes this hopeless charge and makes a game out of it. This doesn't really have that. It just kind of has just a kind of a crappy solo experience. So I know I covered it on my channel at one point, and I remember at one point in my video, and this is an older video now, but I think I had like fast forwarded through parts. Like you could see me I actually showed the fast forward part in the video. I think I did, so I didn't just skip it. I actually fast forwarded because there's just stuff on here. I was like, even filming my video for it, I'm like, god. So anyway, Pickett's Charge, my least favorite. Again, I don't even know who made this one.
Michael Taylor, the owner of the company.
Oh, Kennedy, right? Michael Kennedy.
Kennedy, that's right. Kennedy,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yep. Yeah, no, Michael Taylor. Yeah, I just mentioned him. He did
Yeah,
the
my bad.
Russian games, but no, yeah. So Michael Kennedy. So here's the deal. He did a great job with Michael Kennedy. Well, I don't know any games that I don't think I have his games on my list. I like his company with all the games he releases, but his design here, it's a stinker.
I liked Dog Sector and His game on the Night of the Living Dead called the Night.
The night. Yep. Yep.
But so yeah,
You got it, Rusty. Pickett lacks sufficient player agency. Yeah, it's just a roll dice, and don't get me wrong, sometimes you want to just chuck some dice, but there's a difference between like making a couple choices, chucking some dice, and having simple rolls versus, I mean, literally just throwing some dice and that's it. And it's like buckets of dice. There's no real choices. Um, yeah, it's just, if you get a game, it's interesting as a simulation. It's not. I mean, it's not a simulation. It's not. It's barely a game. So anyway, yeah, not a fan of that one for sure. But anyway, Judd, what do you got next?
for best game,
Oh yeah,
there's not a surprise, and I owe it all to you, Wayne, because of your player tape.
you love.
I mean
Yep,
your
yep.
playthrough.
You talk about that one.
The first Jihad. I've talked about it a lot, so
Yep.
not much more I could say about it. Um, it's the basically, you know, I've said before, there's a lot of bitterness on that forum,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yes.
people try to say it's Christianity versus Islam. No, it's not. You control like 8 armies, and they're different religions. I mean, you have Zoroastrians and just India, China, all these different groups. So
Yeah.
no, it's not that. Basically, they're exploding out from the middle. You're trying to hold them in. It's reverse data siege, but it takes a long time to play. Great narrative, but my favorite way to play it of all crazy things is on long plane trips, and I play it
Really?
on Vassal.
Oh, okay.
It is an easy game. I may have to make my own Vassal module with White Dog. If you have the game from them, they'll send you a free module.
Nice.
But their module didn't do it exactly what I wanted it to do, so I made my own. I took theirs and modified it heavily.
Yep.
But but yeah, it's a plus. There's a lot of rules in that game, and when you're learning it, it's easy to make a mistake.
Oh yeah.
So you can go back five. Each turn, each card is a log file. I can go back 5 turns and or 5 cards and start from that point and catch my air.
Yep.
So, and then when I'm done, I have a whole bunch of log files that play a complete game.
Nice.
So, I posted one of them on the file section so people can learn how to play it. But,
Yeah.
but yeah, just a phenomenal game. Far exceeded my expectations. Unfortunately, it cost Ben Madison. He's not on Board Game Geek anymore because of that
Yeah,
game.
got him banned, which is,
Yeah,
I mean, it's funny. It's not funny, but it's funny.
yeah,
It's what a world we live in.
yep.
So, all right, first jihad. Okay, no, good choice. Good choice. I didn't put it on my list. Well, obviously, I don't own it anymore. But very solid, very good game. Great experience. Like first jihad. Like I try not to be dramatic about games. Like it's an experience. First jihad is kind of unique. The mechanisms and systems aren't 100% unique, but the whole idea of it and then the game itself. I mean, anyone who just I feel here's the deal. Though that thread on Board Game Geek and the comments people are making, 9 out of 10 of those people never even touched the game.
Yep.
Some of them may even said they did. They're lying. They did not touch that game. I
Yeah.
guarantee they didn't. And that's a shame because it's the type of game that to form an opinion on it, you got to play it. I mean, you can cover it. I covered it on my channel, but I think to really enjoy it or decide you don't enjoy it, you got to experience it. So, yeah, I really like it. Yeah, that's a good one. Good choice. Good choice. Okay. All right. So well, and then Tom, yep, as Tom says here, it exposes people to slices of history we never study. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
can't say studying the history of Islam, the rise of Islam has ever been a huge part of my schooling or as an adult, learning things. So it's really interesting to see that in this game form. And that's what Arben Madison, one of the things he does is he brings history kind of to life. So
Yep.
speaking of favorites and speaking of Arben Madison, um, I got to go with as my favorite, and it's a little bit of a toss up. It could probably go, but I want to give one solid one. Global War, World War
See, I
II
knew you put that
worldwide.
on there, so I need to put it on my list.
39 to 45. What can I say? What a wonderful game. The back of the box, a grand strategic war game on a small scale. Lets you fit all of World War II in one 3 hour sitting. Smaller scenarios can be played in less time. It is a longer game. The full game is longer. Arvin Madison, as we've talked about, Judd, he does that with, has been for a while now, that his full games can be, 5, 6 hours to play through. Uh, that can be a bit long for me, but at the same time, this one, because it is the war, it just, the way it develops, even the full game, I enjoy. That's long for me as a solo gamer. This is now my thing. 5, 6 hours usually too much. It's good with this, and I really like the scenario that starts you like halfway through the war. Oh, great scenario! I did a full playthrough of that on my channel. I don't think I did a full playthrough of the full game because just that's too much. I'm not filming 6 hours. Nobody wants to watch me
Yeah.
for 6 hours. But I think I played the half scenario, the like half war scenario. I think I played the whole thing on my channel, hour and a half, maybe something like that. 2 hours. I'd have to check. Perfect, perfect bite-sized bit, and you've kind of gotten through some of the initial resistance at the beginning of the war where things are a little slower. Great experience, though. Don't get me wrong. Like everyone should get that game. Who likes the topic and who likes solo games, and you want World War II in a solo game in front of you, and you can do in one sitting, a long sitting maybe, but a one sitting. Get that game, play through the whole game for sure. Do that once or twice, and then try the smaller scenario, and see if you like that more or not. Both things, though. What a good job Arvin Madison does, and I know that. I'm almost sure that Wes Ernie was involved in developing this one,
Oh yeah, he
and
was.
with him, yeah, and Wes
That's why it's
Ernie,
so much better in Kaiser Krieg.
yeah, when Wes Ernie, joins forces with Arvin Madison, they're unstoppable. Like
Yeah.
that's First Jihad. Wes Ernie was heavily involved in that, so he takes his Arvin Madison and takes his games to the next level. So, yeah, my arguably favorite, just because there's many good ones, but Global War from Arvin Madison and White Dog Games.
Yeah, I call Ben and Wes the Lennon McCartney of solo wargaming.
Oh, I love it. Oh, that's a good one, man. Huh. Just looking at it, I'm like, God, I kind of want to play it.
Yeah.
Not the full game, maybe the scenario. But anyway, all right, what's next for you, buddy?
Next for me, I've talked about it before. I don't think I've ever talked about it directly though.
Hmm.
Ben Madison's probably shortest game.
Oh,
Gorbachev.
oh,
State of Siege game. 30 cards in it, and so it moves fast. And anyway, it is it covers the. I think it takes place around 84,
okay.
maybe 83. The it's the fall, the decline of the Soviet Union, and
Yeah.
how they're doing glasnost and perestroika and trying to make all that work, and the war in Afghanistan's failing, the wall fell, the country's got their freedoms and the iron bloc, things like that. So what I like so much about it, I mean, other than it's a fun game, it is just a second, catch my breath. Okay, it's um, I lived through the events,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't have a lot of war games where I was alive for all of it,
Yeah.
and I was. It wasn't like Vietnam where I was a little tiny kid. I was alive for this. I was in high school, college, stuff like that. And when I play it, I had to bust out that "Right Here, Right Now" by Jesus Jones, that song that came out about the fall of the wall and all that. Get in the mood. I mean, it really gets you into it. It uses the. It's similar to Jeff Davis and some of the mechanics.
Okay. All right.
The tracks, and if you hit the end of the track, you get a bonus.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And um, second, um, whenever units hit the middle, you have to roll against the number of set of senators as Politburo members that have turned against you.
Yeah.
So it started with this game. So,
Nice.
anyways, so yeah, it was that, and it's a lot shorter than. That's part of the reason I got rid of Jeff Davis. I had two shorter games that didn't take 6 hours to play,
Yeah.
and this one, an hour and a half.
Okay.
So yeah, great
Man,
game. And
I
hey,
owned it. I owned it at one point, and then I never played it, and I got rid of it. And it's one of those
oh
ones where they talk about looking at White Dog games and how like I've owned a bunch, and I've gotten rid of them. Some having played, and then I got rid of them. Like, why did I get rid of those? And then some that I never played, and that's one of them that I just was like, I don't know if the topic interests me. Funny enough, at that point it didn't, and that's for me that's a big thing if I'm not interested in the topic. But now I kind of am. Like I have like an interest in the Soviet Union just as like an entity, like such a unique sort of modern empire entity as I've learned more and kind of seen different games and different things and history. I'm just like, it's kind of fascinating. Soviet Union is fascinating. Um, and so a game like that, I actually am more interested now. So I may have to look into picking one up.
Okay. So,
Paul says the White Tribe was the game experience that I wanted to get from the coin system, but never did. Excellent game, the White Tribe. I don't know if Judd's going to cover it at all or anything. I don't have it anymore. This is one of the many ones that I've talked about already that I'm like, why did I get rid of that? Why did I get rid of that? And yeah, I don't have it. I really liked it. I think because, well, I think with the White Tribe, it's because I beat it and I felt like I was good. Like I was like, okay, what a great game, what a great experience, but I'm good. Um, Probably I don't know if it's Arba Madison's worst looking game, but it's at least tied. It's got to be tied. It's not an attractive game, but the history is not. I mean, you think First Jihad has controversial history and it gets some people worked up and gets people just kind of maybe having knee jerk reactions, emotional reactions. Talk about the White Tribe. You're gonna get some reactions out of that one.
oh yeah, a lot of people
That's,
making judgments on a game they haven't played,
yeah, and it's like
and I
that's
said you're
not it's not the
trying to be
point of
better
it.
than they did historically.
Yeah, and I learned more about those conflicts, I should say not conflict, but conflicts, and kind of what was going on there than I ever did really in history class or anything like that. Right? Like that's a wonderful thing about war games. We can often learn so much. If it's a topic we know to death, maybe we're not learning a whole lot just playing a game. You just more of like, oh yes, this either reaffirms or I'll question it. But something like that for me was I was learning. I was learning playing it. So good. Yeah, that's a good one though. But all right, so let's see here. I'm gonna do these two together. I'm gonna do them together. They're not same designer, which I'll explain. Not the same designer, but they are on the same topic, and they play differently, different systems. But I kind of want to compare and contrast a little bit, and I really enjoy them both. So, Jeff Davis, Confederacy of War, of course. R. Ben Madison, long, but what a great game. So much going on in this one. And then kind of contrasting, comparing a little bit the Confederate Rebellion from David Kershaw. So the reason I want to kind of look at these both, even though it's different designers and different systems. So Jeff Davis is, States of Siege on steroids, for those who don't know. And you're playing the whole war from the Confederacy's viewpoint. A little bit possibly supplanted in my mind as a game, as a playable, throw it on my table and just play by Secession 1861. But regardless, still a wonderful game experience. If you haven't played it yet and you like the American Civil War, you gotta check it out. Not a short one, but it's really good game with really interesting mechanisms. And I love just some of the stuff of it, bringing the American Civil War to life, the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's a lot of it's in this game, and that's what makes it, I think, better as a game overall. Now, the Confederate Rebellion, David Kershaw, this is like it. First off, and probably the biggest one, because whenever we talk about Jeff Davis or Secession or any of these games, people always ask, "Well, can you play as a Union?" Like, well, no, it puts you as the losing side, right? Because that's instead of being the juggernaut that's going to inevitably win the Union, it's like you play as the Confederacy and like try to eke out a win, right? Just try to survive to the end, basically. Well, here you go. You want one you can play as the Union, the Confederate Rebellion, which is funny that it's called the Confederate Rebellion when this one is focused on the Union. You play as the Union and you are crushing that Confederate Rebellion. So, a lot simpler. It's not States of Siege. It's a lot simpler system. Gave it to Kershaw, so a little bit more of the dice rolling luck base, but also plays a lot quicker. Really enjoy it. Again, I don't want to compare them directly other than just the themes and topics. And I like the idea that you go to White Dog and you can say, hey, American Civil War, heavy, deep, plays the Confederacy. But if you're like, I don't want to play as the Confederacy, fair. You don't have to. Get Confederate Rebellion, you play as the Union, you can crush the Confederacy, and you feel good about being a Yankee. So overall, both of these I really enjoy. Like I said, Jeff Davis maybe starting to be supplanted a little bit in my mind, but at the same time, I ain't giving up on it yet. So both of them I recommend for sure.
I had the Confederate Railroad back as a print and play. I think it was. Or sorry, I think it's called Railroad back then.
Okay.
but he changed a lot of the rules. Where like Caesar, he didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I haven't really pulled it out for quite a long time because I was like, well, he changed the rules. So
Yeah. It's a good one. I mean, it's
yeah,
it's definitely it's one of a I want to say I mean, well, it's lighter than Jeff Davis, that's for sure. But that again, that's kind of a nice thing is it's more quick playing. It's more of a game, but it's also a lot faster playing, and you get to be the Union. So for people that are always like, "I want to be the game's Union. I want to be the Union. I want to be the Union." Fine, you can be the Union Juggernaut, and you can kick some butt and have some fun. There you go.
there you go.
All right, Judd, what do you got?
My next one, I owe this one because of Tom. He
Mm.
got it and told me how great it was. The
Ah,
mission.
yeah,
And the mission has the unique property in my collection that I don't care if I win or lose.
no,
It's about a, I don't know, 5, 6 hour game.
no,
It's the narrative it tells. So a second.
no. It's the mission. Judd's. I played that one. I covered it on my channel. Really enjoy that one as well. Again, another unique topic, kind of. Well, definitely unique topic for a game. Game in general, but especially a war game. I mean, it's not. It doesn't feel like a war game. It's not really a war game, but it's a strategy game. It's bringing to life that history. So
Yeah. It's the basically the building of the church
yeah,
from about 33 AD to the Crusades, start of the Crusades. And what's
yeah,
interesting is it's not state of siege, but it looks state of siege-ish.
yeah,
And at the beginning, I mean, you build the church, start doing stuff, then you get pressured on the outside from the barbarians. And then the Umayyad Caliphate breaks in Jerusalem, the Muslims, and boom,
yeah,
suddenly you're being pressed on both sides. It's like a donut.
yep,
So, you're translating Bibles and sending out uh, bishops and church schisms and all this stuff.
yeah,
So, yeah, but I just love to play it and see how well I'm building things. And
yeah,
then when I get all done, it's like, oh, yeah, I'll add up the score. So,
yeah,
and scoring, the only thing about it is he needed to make the scoring a little harder, which you can do yourself. If
yeah,
it's 100 points for a win, say it's 130 points for a win.
yeah,
Nobody's going to care. It's a solo game, right? So,
yeah.
anyways, so yeah, it's a great game. So, oh, big one to Tom for that one. So, it's a Ben Madison game, by the way, if I didn't say it.
I don't think we mentioned that, but yeah, it's, of course, our Ben
Yeah.
Madison strikes again, right? Like,
Yep.
he here's the deal. He does a lot of good stuff. Not all of his games are perfect, and some are basically the games where we probably didn't have a developer. Yeah, he could use a developer on this one, but games where he had a developer, or for whatever reason, they just hit, and that's one that really enjoy. Like you said, the history on that one is just fantastic.
Yep.
I definitely recommend anyone with an interest in Christianity and religion, or in just a kind of a unique experience of a game. Check out the mission for sure. All right. Well, I got my last physical one here, and then I don't know. I have a couple I could cover. That I'll have to use. I'll have to pull up the web page. But last physical one here that I want to cover is one that is no longer for sale by White Dog Games. This is a collector's edition, limited edition. It's only a few in existence. I am taking bids starting at $500, and that is. I'm kidding, by the way. Except for I'm kidding about the bid part. The rest of it not existing anymore is the real thing. Volters lead the way. Yes, look at this. Battles of the 324th Volter Regiment. Herman Luttman, White Dog Games. Not to go into any sort of details because who cares? And I wasn't party to it, but Herman Luttman no longer makes games for White Dog Games, and so this was released. And not that long after it was released, it was pulled from White Dog Games website, and it's no longer available from them. So I don't know how many they actually made and sold, but I wanted to get it, and I got it right away. Now, what's Volters Lead the Way? Ever played the Magnificent Style? Have you played the Point du Hoc or whatever, the World War II one? That's what this is. This is, and there's no pictures of the board on the back. I double checked. Sorry, guys. This is Push Your Luck. This is the aliens are invading, and you're trying to defend your base, and you have a map for Mars and a map for the moon. So there's two different maps you can play on to give some replayability. But the Volters, Formicians, those aliens, they're coming in hot, and you got to defend your base from them. So very much a sci-fi pulpy style game, which if you guys know with Herman Luttman, he makes games from serious historical games, Blind Sword system, wonderful American Civil War system, my favorite, all the way to like science fiction games, right? Invaders from Dimension X from Tiny Battle Publishing, great Hex Encounter solo game actually. This one, you get science fiction, pulpiness, a lot of fun, and easy rules, simple to play. One of the cool things is that the aliens they teleport in and they'll teleport around. So unlike a historical game where there's not usually teleportation, in this one they'll teleport in whoop, and they'll appear. The next thing you know, you thought, well, I got them pushed back. I got them, or I got up here. Well, they'll suddenly appear, and you got to try to take them out. So yeah, it lists multiple different modes of play. I don't know. I play it solo, and I have a blast with it. I do know he's redoing it. I don't know where it's going to. If it's Flying Pig Games, maybe I would assume. But looking forward to the remake just to see what they do with like maybe components and all that. But Bolters lead the way. Herman Luttman, White Dog Games, impossible to get. They no longer make it. Very limited edition here. So like I said, bidding starts at $500. Well, now that I did this video, bidding starts at $800. Actually, it just went up in price. So, anyway, that's my last physical one I got from White Dog to cover.
Okay.
Any echoes on the mic?
Is it Wayne's mic or my mic?
I think I hear you, Judd.
Mm-hmm. I didn't hear anything echoing on yours.
Yeah, I muted mine there. I can still hear yours a little bit. I don't know what it's coming from though.
Well, I got a cough drop in my mouth, so it's helping me.
Oh well, we'll try. We'll power through, guys. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Sorry about the technical difficulties, but we'll power through.
My next one is the game that you should be playing instead of that
from mine?
Worthington.
Okay.
Okay.
Usually, interesting. Hang on. Oh, as well. I was talking, huh? Testing. I don't know what testing.
Yeah, I know Lars was on. That's where I got my Gorbachev game from. Was him.
But if it was while I was talking, was it because I was talking and then it was echoing through? It would have been echoing through his setup then. Is your cord loose for your speaker earphone part? Is that so good?
No.
Okay.
I shouldn't get any echo at all. I got a headset on.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't wear a headset. I have it open, but I mean it is if there's a mode on here, it's echo cancellation. It usually seems to do pretty good. I don't know. Yeah. Paul says he doesn't hear it now. So anyway, technical difficulties. Sorry about that, folks. We're a very professional operation here. So here's everyone gets a refund now for the show for whatever you paid to watch it. Everyone gets a refund. All right. Let us know if it does it again. I'll figure something out. We'll do something. I'll mute my mic in between or something. I can't even go on talking. Sorry, but anyway. All right, White Dog Games. Judd, you got some still to look at, right? For sure.
Yeah.
I got a couple more we can look at too. I'm not gonna go too much longer though. But you go ahead. I see. Oh, I see it. Oh, geez.
It's the game you should be playing instead of Boots on the Ground.
I know.
David Kershaw, Mogadishu, Black Hawk Down. It's one of the scenarios. There's a bunch of scenarios. But you're trying to get out of there. You got different missions. In classic Kershaw fashion, you're rolling dice and guys are popping up in various places. In this, it makes perfect sense. Because they could be 4 blocks away popping up. And then they're going to start moving towards you. There's rules about it. So yeah, it works really, really well thematically. And I think it's one of Kershaw's 2 best games. I haven't talked about his other ones, so I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
But yeah, really good. Only quote unquote modern warfare game I think I have. So anyways, it's called the Mog. It's as good as the hype. So anyways, that's that.
Right. Yeah, it's it's on my list. I'm interested in getting a copy at some point, checking it out. If only to shut up, Judd. No, I'm just kidding. If only to compare the Mog with Boots on the Ground and just see the deluxe edition of Boots on the Ground, by the way. Not the original, not first edition, second edition / deluxe edition. But just compare and see kind of what I like more and if it lives up to the hype. But one day I'll get it. I'll just list of 5,000 games. It's like you got to check these out, Wayne. I know, I know. All right. So, oh, look at that. The Mog is my favorite from White Dog Games. It says Tad Glee 11. Well, good for you. All right. So here's one I want to cover quick. Let me pull up. Sorry, everybody. I'm out of my in person games, but I definitely want to talk about this one. I'm trying to talk about one. I think two of these. I think Judd's gonna talk about. Well, I know he's gonna talk about two of these. So I'll probably just let him. Then I'll chime in when he shows them. So I'll talk about this one, and then I'll let Judd kind of go and jump in. In the Name of Justice, the Battle of Lewis,
I don't have that game.
1264. So this one by Dale Goot is it's really good. I mean, I wish he did more, and I wish he did more with this system. So, a medieval game, it's 2-player, hex and counter, but it uses chit pull to activate the formations in the game. Hey, you get chit pull, I'm already looking at your game and I'm interested in it. And playing it, and then the art on it's really nice. The game itself is pretty quick to play. I covered it on my channel already, In the Name of Justice, so it's a really good one. But um, Rusty, we're not talking about Victory Point games right now. We're talking about White Dog games. Anyway, In the Name of Justice, the Battle of Lewis, 1264. It is. I can gather my thoughts now. Rusty's got me all distracted. So anyway, hex and counter, chip pull though. We did this one game. Now this is one that White Dog. There was a couple probably a couple things they could have changed in the rules a little bit, where you can. I don't. I think I could hear myself talking a little bit. It's coming through. It's coming back through yours, Judd. Are you sure that your speakers aren't, or you have it cranked really loud and it's coming through your mic? I can hear. That's what I could hear my voice coming from your setup. That's what it was.
Okay, well,
if it was just your. Now you're muted. Yeah, you're muted now. So okay, so yeah, now I don't think you guys should hear it anymore. You know, I'm not hearing my voice echo back. So it must have just somehow it's coming through with maybe I don't know if it's you have it the volume turned up or whatever it is. Anyway, totally thrown off. But anyway, Name of Justice, worth checking out. Dale hasn't done any more games that I saw. I just checked Board Game Geek doing this list, and he hasn't done any more games, which is kind of a shame because I like the system. Needed a few refinements. I talked about them in my videos, and I talk about them with David Kennedy. This is one of the games that when I covered on my channel, I talked about some stuff that there was a couple things I wanted fixed, and David Kennedy kind of pushed back on me a little bit, but it is what it is. So anyway, really like it. In the Name of Justice, the Battle of Lewis, 1264. It's a lot to get this game just for the one battle. I almost feel like the system and the units could maybe be in a pack, like tri-pack or something like that, or a couple battles. But other than that, I do enjoy it. So yeah, Tom, no echo. Yeah, it's something mine coming through, and then I don't know what it's coming from on his side, but anyway, Name of Justice, Battle of Lewis. That's what I got. Judd, back to you.
Okay. I have mentioned this game. I've never actually highlighted it. It is Nubia, which is, they were right below Egypt. They are in the first jihad. They are in the mission. These guys were tough. The Muslim warriors said those are the toughest guys. You know, they conquered a lot. Their empire was twice the size of the Roman Empire. They said those are the toughest dudes they faced. Yeah.
Whose?
Huh?
Whose empire was twice the size of the Roman Empire?
Umayyad Caliphate from First Jihad. Think about it. They went all the way out to Kazakhstan. They went out to.
Empty steppes doesn't count as land. That's like saying the Mongolians had they
went through North Africa.
Empty steppe land is different than civilization. Okay. But anyway, go ahead.
Anyways,
I'll defend my Roman Empire to death.
Yeah. This follows Gorbachev. This is in between Gorbachev and Jeff Davis. Mm-hmm. Gorbachev plays about an hour. The Jeff Davis is like 5 or 6. This is about 2.5.
Okay.
So these two are why I got rid of that because they kind of did what I wanted them to do. And lots of clever Ben Madison ideas.
Hmm.
Um, it does the same thing with the, um, whenever somebody hits the middle and you have to roll against a number, it's not senators who have opposed you, but um, second. Anyway, another really cool thing is each turn you draw a new leader and then put him back in the cup unless you've used him in battle and he failed. But him and the current, sorry, I gotta get a drink.
No worries. Yeah, I haven't played Newbie at all. I saw it when it came out. It's what, a few years old now, right? And I
Yeah.
looked at it. I was like, oh, maybe. Like I said, things like even the White Tribe, which wouldn't have traditionally interested me, but I got and I really liked. So I've thought about it. I just, again, there's a million games to get, a million games to play. I got games on my shelves already that I need to play. Like, it is what it is, but definitely interesting to me. Yep, it looks
And
interesting.
there's a kind of a, I don't know if it's an emissary or what from the Catholic Church down there, and he stays and gets swapped out, I think, with guards. But
Hmm.
those two together make up your action points you get.
Okay.
So it always varies. You can do stuff like marry off princesses, um, just all kinds of little Ben Madison things in there. So
Nice.
yeah, really really fun game. So,
All right.
anyways, that's one I've referenced a lot, but never actually talked about it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I've got two that I know Judd is going to mention. I think he's going to either that or he's thinking I'm going to mention them. So I'll let him go, but I'll jump in. Um,
Now go ahead and take it.
okay. So, well, let me bring it up then, guys. So I got two more we'll look at real quick. We'll probably wrap it up. Well, after Judd's, of course. And so let's talk about. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see which one. Both are by the same designer. Spoiler alert. Let's do. Uh, let's do this one first here. All right. Irish Freedom. So this one, David Kershaw. Yeah, there we go. I don't own it anymore, which is a bummer. I don't. This is one of those ones I was like, why don't I own this anymore? What a great, what a great game. It's what I love about it the most. First off, again, that's one of the things I love about wargaming in general. Just it helps me learn history, and not just reading a book or watching a documentary, but then kind of experiencing sort of the bringing it to life of trying to like simulate it or game it or whatever phrase you want to use. Irish Freedom. What's really cool about it is that it's kind of like two games in one, and first half and then the second half you actually switch sides for the second half, and I think it's so cool because I played that Irish Freedom, and I remember first half kicking butt, and I went to the second half, and then I got my butt kicked because I became so powerful in the first half. So then you create this balancing act, and so as I played it a bunch, and I got to the point where I was able to play it the first half, win, but not by much, like just kind of eke out a win. And then the second half, then I had a much better chance to win because I didn't build up my forces strong in the first half. So Irish Freedom is one that is probably underrated from White Dog Games from David Kershaw. I don't see it talked about Bailey really at all. And I think it's kind of a shame because it's an interesting topic. And yes, there's some, Irish Freedom, and then the, leading up to the Troubles and all that is obviously this. By the way, Irish Freedom is not about the Troubles. It's about in the 20s. So it's not a modern game at all or semi-modern. It's not Cold War era game, but just has some really cool history in it and just cool mechanisms. And it's actually, I think, a really attractive board and counters and looks really good. So Irish Freedom. I know, Judd, what are your thoughts on Irish Freedom?
Well, it also plays both games in like 40 minutes.
Oh, that too, by the way. Yeah, not a quick playing one too. So it's not like you're playing two-hour games. I mean, no, you're probably hour and a half total.
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean,
easy.
so I think you can get them both easy under an hour.
Yeah,
So, anyways, that's really you kind of nailed it all.
perfect. Yeah,
So,
that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, what do you got now, buddy?
Well, I'll cover since I know what your other one is, and I was going to cover it. I'll let you do it.
Oh,
But
you want me to? Yeah. All right.
but I'll cover a different one.
Okay.
Mrs.
Ooh.
Thatcher's War.
Yeah.
Great game on the Falklands, which happened in my lifetime. I know there's that big monster solo expensive game, but I've heard some people that played them both said this one's better.
But that one's
And
banned. That one's banned in Argentina or whatever, right?
this one is
Yeah. And then,
Where
it's
There's
got
Discord is one I was thinking of, but yeah.
no, it's got the thing on the cover there.
Oh,
They put on there
wow.
for
Okay.
yeah. It's like a like an online joke because I think they put that on there. I don't think it's actually banned. I think that they
Okay.
just he put it on there for like like I don't know if it's actually banned though. I know I've heard people talking about it, like laughing that like, oh, ban, like you sure it's banned in Argentina? It's like who cares? It's just part of the cover, whatever.
Yeah. And it's not State of Siege. Shows you that Ben Madison does have other tricks up his sleeve.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, um, first part's a naval war, and you're trying to also work with the press who doesn't like you at home.
hmm
And you got to act quick because the season is short. It's getting ready to turn winter nasty down there. So you got to do that, get the guys on land, and then get them across that big landmass before they take that. I forget the name of the city they're shooting for, but yeah, got to. So you race in time also, and you have air superiority. But really, really great game on the topic. So you played it, right?
I have not played. No, no,
Oh,
no. Yeah, no, no, no. I because it was again that was one where traditionally the topic hasn't interested me. I was like, it's not really an American topic, and for me, I'm just having. I don't have any. I don't really know the history on it, other than there was some documentary or movie or something I'd watched semi recently. I mean, it's a few years ago now. And I was like, ooh, that's a little more interesting than I thought. Kind of learning how they quick put together this task force
mm-hmm.
and sent it. I mean, and something that, well, and then no, I'm not going to get into politics, current politics at all, or current military status of the UK.
Port
But
Stanley. Good
they were
job to
talking about
stick
them
it.
struggling to, how they could never do that nowadays just because of this. But how they did it then, it was pretty impressive. And then seeing, that, well, some of their allies maybe didn't help them out and maybe probably should have. But at the same time, hey, they said, this is what we're going to do. Let's get our boys together and let's go do it. And they took care of business. So it's interesting for sure. I wouldn't mind playing the game. It's not high on my list of games to play, but yeah, it's interesting looking for sure. And I've heard nothing but good things. I feel like nothing but good things about it. So,
Yep.
but
So I wish they did a solo
Suga
Falklands
Joe,
game.
wish you did a
Oh,
solo Falklands game where you play the Argentines. Yeah,
never seen one of those.
yeah.
And I know Lock and Load has scenarios. I mean, a whole expansion based on it. But I think you're the Brits in that also.
Well, Joe, why don't you make one then? Why don't you design that? Go for it. You're the man to do it. You're interested in it? Go ahead and make it. So anyway,
So yeah, go ahead and cover my other one that I was going to put in there.
all right,
I
all
know
right,
what it is.
yeah, all right. So this is the other game that Judd Judd loves and I love. We share many of the same interests in games in general, guys. You guys know that at this point. But here's one that we both, I think, really like. It's cheesy, it's corny, it looks like a comic book, but I freaking love it. And that, of course, is World War Z USA. Solitaire strategy game by David Kershaw. So World War Z is one that, and this is one that again I don't own, and I don't know why. Out of all these games, this is probably the number one that I'm like, why don't I own this still? Oh man, I want this game. And I did see reference that he is working on for all those jokesters out there who are like, oh, World War, but it says it's only USA. How's that a World War? Because he was going to make different games in different areas. And I heard he's developing or working on a Europe one. So there you go, guys. You'll get your World War. Anyway, World War Z. I don't even know what to say about this one. Judd, this one is fun. It's campy. It's ridiculous. You literally have airstrikes on these Zeds or zombies, whatever you want to call them. You can drop nukes on them. So the great thing about this one is like there's this randomness element of like they're spawning or they appear and then they start spawning and they're spreading, which feels just like a zombie apocalypse would, right? Where they're like wherever they are, they're multiplying and spreading. You're trying to hold them back. You're trying to get your forces. You're trying to set up choke points, like say the Rocky Mountain choke or the Rocky Mountains, where you can hold them back. So depending on where they spawn, can determine your game a lot. So it's like they spawn on the West Coast and able to get a force up in the Rockies quick to hold them back. You can maybe secure secure the rest of the country, keep them out in California. Sorry, Wes. Sorry, Charles. I know you're out in San Diego. Sorry, buddy. Um, but then you're also at the same time you're doing research, and depending how your research goes, you're trying to develop ways to combat the zombies, including obviously you can develop to the point of using nukes. You're developing like a cure or something like that. It's just got a lot of stuff going on. It's like goofy, campy dice chucker, but it also has some like cool elements of you need to do some strategizing and figuring out what you're gonna do longer term, or else you probably are gonna get overwhelmed. And sometimes the dice are going to fall your way, and you're going to kick some butt, and it's great. Sometimes they're not going to go your way, and you're just going to get overrun by zombies. But in the meantime, you just nuke somewhere you don't like in the country, and you just have some fun with it. I think at one point, Judd said he had nuked Missouri. Was it? Or I'm trying to. And anyway, it's such a good game for what it is. Like, yes, you want seriousness. Well, this ain't it. But if you want to have some fun and a good system, and really infinitely replayable. This is the type of game you can just play and play over and over again, and you don't know what's going to happen in it, but it still feels like you got some choices, some player agency. World War Z USA, I definitely recommend this one. But Judd, what do you think about it?
They had they tried to move into Missouri and got turned back, and I said that was all you doing that.
No,
And I didn't know you'd moved to Minnesota by
yeah,
then.
I left behind some little surprises for the Zeds.
Yeah, that's so.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I
awesome.
mean, the game is short too. I mean, it's
Yeah,
Kershaw, so it
yeah.
could.
His
There are
aren't usually
outlier
too long.
games. It could be over in 10 minutes. Some
Yep.
could go longer, but generally it's a fast game. It's probably 40 minutes. So yeah, really, really fast. One of the best zombie games I've played out there.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I do like a different game from Dead Reckoning. Different. It's Herman Lutman, and it's from Tiny Battle Publishing. That's pretty good. But it's not solo. It's two player, and so you have to make some choices and this and that. World War Z though, it's straight solo. So yeah, it's a good one. World War Z. I don't know why I got rid of my copy. Dang it! I need to get one.
Yeah.
All right. What else you
Okay, the
got? You got
last
anything else?
last one I'll throw up there is it's a
Okay.
Kershaw game,
Oh.
Reconquista,
Oh
and that
yes.
is in the first jihad. Yeah, I mean once the Muslims got turned back, they come up through Spain, or the Moors, they come up through Spain, and then they got turned back at the Battle of Tours.
Yep.
Then I think, man, I think it was 400 years or something, or it was a long time they spent kicking them out.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to clear out each area, and they're going to move and things like that. And but yeah, it's all about clearing it out. Very simple rule set, but really fun, pretty cool looking map too. So
Okay.
good theme.
That's one that I would love to have. Love to play. Just never picked it up. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's I've
Hmm.
actually what's so I haven't played it, but it's one that's been on that list of like, oh, look at it. Every time when I was looking at White Dog Games website for this video, I saw it on there, and I was like, oh man, I want that one. I want that one. But I mean, I could put in an order White Dog and buy 10 games from them, 5 games. You know what I mean? Like I could pick
Oh
up,
yeah.
and I could get some games back that I sadly got rid of, like World War Z. I could pick up that one. I could pick up what's the
Irish
Nubia. I could pick up,
Freedom. Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah. I could pick up Miss Thatcher's War. There's a million of them I could get. So White Dog Games, just take my credit card, please. So
Also with White Dog, I don't know if they still do it or not. If they still sell canvas maps as an option, but if so, I'd say try. Unless you've tried the game out and you like it, go for it. If not, I think they're a little expensive, like 20 bucks. But oh, they're so good.
yeah.
So a lot of times I'd get some games, try them out. Then when I made my next order, I'd order canvas maps for the other games. So got a lot of canvas maps.
Oh, for sure, for sure. I feel like they started do. I feel like they stopped and then they started again, maybe. But don't quote me on that, guys. But anyway, yeah, White Dog Games. We could talk. Me and Jug could talk about them for hours. But we covered a bunch of them. I think we did a pretty good job. What do you guys? I saw some in the chat. I'll look back a little bit here, but any White Dog games you guys we didn't cover, or anything that you maybe saw of ours we did cover that you really enjoy, tell us your thoughts right now. I'm gonna look back at the chat a little bit, but yeah, they just released a lot of good games. Not all perfect, and there's some stinkers here and there, but then again, what publisher doesn't, right? So it
Hmm.
happens. But let's see. Just scrolling back. I'm seeing scroll back through the comments about the echoes on the mic. I'm like, ah. Oh, Rusty says, as long as it's not Napoleonic, Wayne. Yeah, so I did see that there was, is it David Kershaw has a Napoleonic game through White Dog solo that looked interesting. Actually looked interesting. I don't. Oh, Solitaire General, Napoleon at Waterloo. I don't know if anyone's played that one. You guys know me and my opinion on Napoleonics, but anyway. All right. Yeah, White Dog Games, good publisher, a lot of good stuff. And coming up from them, Judd and Arba Madison, the French and Indian War game,
Mm-hmm.
Le Conquest. That looks good. That looks real
Oh,
good.
like that.
I'm ready for that one. So it's been working on it for a little while, which is hopefully is a good sign. Although my one worry is I did see someone who's really been working with him on it has been posting a little bit on I think Board Game Geek, little like updates, like developer diary style. And one of the things he mentioned is, oh, this is Ben Madison's most complex game yet, and I'm a little like, oh no, okay, hang on,
Really?
yeah, like oh
More
no,
more than Death in the Trenches?
yeah, like okay, wait a second, what do you mean by most complex? You mean does it have the most history in it, or it means it actually going to be? It's like I don't want it to be another 6 hour game. Like I'd rather it was a 2 hour game. But we'll get what we get from him, and you know what, we'll enjoy it. I definitely as soon as that one's available, I'll be ordering that one for sure. So Tom says Master and Commander. Yeah, I haven't.
Reference to the previous about a naval game they made. A
Oh,
couple comments up.
oh, I gotcha. Okay, so I like missed some comments here. So Tad says Gift of the Nile is fun. States of Siege. So I have it. I have not fully played it. I basically started playing it. I kind of got confused by a lot of the Egyptian terms, and I said, I need to study the era more. I need to study ancient Egypt more to appreciate the game. So this one I absolutely will play. I will cover on my channel at some point. I just have to study the history a little bit more. I just don't know enough about ancient Egypt, so I was just kind of like, just floundering with it a little bit, and that's not fun for me. I like to know a little bit of the history, so definitely interested in that one, exploring it more. Is that what
Yeah,
Tom was mentioning? Naval game, Master and Commander. Okay,
I have
canvas
not.
map still listed on the mission, but not sure it is still live.
They
Yeah.
get their
Okay.
stuff from Blue Panther, so
Yep.
if it's
That's
out,
right.
it's usually just until Blue Panther reorders.
Yeah. Good call. Yep. So Blue Panther. Anyone who doesn't know, Blue Panther does the printing. They're the printer for White Dog Games. They're the printer. They're the print on demand printer for several smaller publishers like them. Hollandspiel, Catastrophe Games. I'm sure there's others. And now Blue Panther is also starting to release their own games, which me and Judd had a little talk about, like figuring out, okay, which games are which. Oh, yeah, that's right. So Blue Panther, but they're starting to kind of release their own games as a publisher as well, besides being just a printer. So, in fact, the new Dawn of the Zeds Designer Edition will be from them, which I'm looking forward to. Although I guess they're having it printed in China. They're not doing it the print on demand style. They're actually having it printed in China, which semi defeats the purpose, but of being a print on demand publisher. But I guess they want to maybe make the quality up a little bit because definitely these games have a kind of a unique look and quality to them, right? If you guys aren't familiar with them, they're not. I like the quality. I don't care. I don't mind. I mean, heck, as war gamers, we play like magazine games and stuff. So what do we care? But I think these are the types of games that a lot of like people who play Euro games or general hobby board games, they're gonna look at them and see it on the table and be like, "Oh, what's this? Oh, what's this?" And it's like it's about the gameplay. It's about the gameplay. You know what I mean? Like, but it's what can you say? I don't always get that, but oh
Yep.
yeah, Rusty's mentioning Herman has several available from Blue Panther, Tattered Flags. Yep, Tattered Flags, which you can't see
Viva
it
la Emperor,
over here somewhere, but
by Blood and Iron.
Tattered Flags is a great one, Judd. If you haven't played that yet, it's not solitaire, but I mean it's solo as well. But all right, Tom's out of here. I have to go, guys. Great show today as usual. Appreciate that, Tom. So yeah, Judd, do you have anything else you want to cover here?
Don't think so.
All right, yeah, we
Sorry,
we covered.
my voice has been strained and
Yep,
coughing.
Hey,
Been a tough week, so
no worries, buddy. No worries. You do what you got to do. Take care of yourself. So I think we'll wrap it up then. We'll save Judd's voice. And then for me from rambling, you guys listen to me rambling on about stuff. So White Dog Games, many excellent games. Can't wait. They got many more coming. Can't wait to see that La Conquest from him. Hopefully it's developed well and it's not going to be a 6-hour slog. But I don't know. I'm a little worried after that the developer said that it was going to be his most complex game yet. But we'll find out, and definitely we'll be showing it off and talking about it. And I think Judd's probably going to pick up that one too when it's released. So I think me and him are both going to maybe have to have a meeting of the minds and figure out what we like and don't like about it. But otherwise, thanks everybody for tuning in as always. And if you guys have any ideas for shows, instead of posting them in the chat here, post it on the comment section. So after the video posts and it's no longer live, you have the comments that last forever, right? Post in there. Just give us some ideas. We got ideas for shows, but we're always looking to see what you guys want. In fact, the reason we did this show is probably because I saw a ton of comments on people wanting publisher spotlights, and several of you wanted White Dog games. And so there you go. You got our 2 cents on it. Judd, great show as always.
yep.
Absolutely, everybody. All right, well, we're going to get out of here. You guys have a great weekend. Lots of gaming. Have fun. Sling some dice. And, until next